congratulations. The work you've done with Matt Tomkins has paid off. You're in an NHL contract with Chicago Blackhawks this year and next season. But for you've worked with him every single day for the last few seasons. What have you seen in him that's allowed him to continue to push the envelope and continue to grow as a goaltender to earn that contract?
Yeah, I think that's exactly it. He has kept pushing and scratch and claw day in and day out. He's been an individual. He's able to take advantage of the organization, giving him an American League deal and seeing how it goes after that. But, I mean, at the same time, too, he really hasn't been given much. And any little piece of the pie he's been given, he's taken more and more, and he keeps getting better. So, but really, he's a high-end individual. All the teammates like him, and he's a true pro out there. Yeah, I couldn't be happier for him, and it's extremely well-deserved.
And opportunities can be tough to come by the last couple of seasons. Last year, in fact, down in the ECHL at the Indy Fuel. This year, part of a three-team goaltender situation with Kevin Lonkin and Colin Delia and himself. So you mentioned it there. What opportunities has he seen to jump in there, and how has he been able to take more with what little opportunities there are given?
Well, I think coming out of school, coming out of Ohio State, there were perhaps some unknowns about him, and he was able to go there. And that's the route for a lot of North American guys. They have to spend some time in the ECHL. They really may not get the opportunity to hop right into the American League. Or it's certainly different than guys who earn free agent contracts coming out of school or Europe or whatnot. So he's able to go and use the time in Indy. He got to play a ton. He got to play on a team that probably didn't do as well as they would have liked, and he got a ton of experience being the guy, two-time MVP there for them, and he's earned it. He's gotten better year after year, month after month. And then he came here too, and we have great goaltenders. We've been fortunate the last few years to have some great goaltenders here, so not a ton of opportunity that way, but like I said, every little opportunity he's gotten, he's been able to take some of that. He's been able to show more. He's been able to succeed in those situations. So perhaps this is a little bit of validation of the work that he's done. And, at the same time, Matt just approaches it, hey, it's another day. Okay, maybe I'm a little closer to the NHL, but ultimately that's his goal, to get to the National Hockey League. So he knows he has more to do, and he's shown he can do that. So I'm just glad to be part of a little part of the process with him, because he's a great human being.
An original draft pick of the Chicago Blackhawks, and you touched upon going from AHL deal to AHL deal to earn that National Hockey League contract. How much validation has that been within the own organization, with yourself, with him, to have it start as a draft pick and work your way up to the ranks to earn that deal?
Yeah, I guess I don't know if it's a typical road or not so typical road, but he's certainly going along a nice path. I think anyone who spends time with him, I don't know if anyone would be surprised. I know Indy has loved them for the 2 years that he was there, whether it was the ownership, coaching staff, or teammates. And I was fortunate too, where here I am working here and getting down there a little bit, but anytime we'd have a call up from a player from Indy, they would come to seek me out, the goalie coach, and come tell me how great Matt Tomkins is. And then we get here and you start hearing rumblings in training camp of other guys on our team. They're like, Matt Tomkins is really good. Oh, I can't score on it. So it's nice. And so far as all the people who get to spend a lot of time with him, I don't think there's really any surprise at all. In fact, I challenge you to find anyone who spends time with him to say anything negative about the guy. So he's a wonderful person. He comes to the rink. He's a true pro, and on the ice, his game just keeps getting better. It's been a nice little incline for him, and yeah, looking forward to taking another step here with him.
Where do you feel like he's improved the most from when you maybe first started working with him to now, to get that validation, to even get the nod from Team Canada to participate in the Spangler Cup and become a champion over there too? It seems like every single season, every single few weeks, he's taken that next step to get better. But what have been those steps for him?
Well, I certainly think his mental game has grown by leaps and bounds. I think a lot of the experiences in Indy, like I said, they probably weren't the best team, so he had to take on quite a bit there. I think because of his situation, knowing that it wouldn't really be a clear path for him to get to the National Hockey League, so I think he's kind of been able to really just kind of trim the fat and focus on what's truly important for his development. So I would have to start with his mental game for sure. Like it's quite strong. Like you watch him in the game now, watch when the puck's at the other end, and he just has this nice Matt Tomkins lean on the post. Like he's super relaxed. Like he had a game this year where we played in the afternoon. He came in the morning for a goalie session, and we found out, we had a little bit of a sickness. So it was like, okay, Matt, you're going to play this afternoon. Okay, no big deal. Hops right in a little hostile environment in Chicago, no big deal. deal. Goes and does the job and helps us get a win. So I think that's a huge step that he's taken. As far as on ice technical stuff, he certainly is reading plays better and better, and his game he distributes his body probably in a little bit more an efficient fashion. Stays together. He's done a really good job. Like this year, I think he's taken a really nice step with that.
What are going to be the next few steps now for him? He gets the contract for this year, for next year, with Kevin Lonkin and with Colin Dilly in the fold as well. As you as his coach and knowing him as the individual, I mean, what's going to be the next few steps for him to continue to improve and to continue to earn those accomplishments?
Yeah, I think like all these guys, they want to get to the NHL, and I think it's certainly important to have that big picture and to visualize getting there and being there and staying there. And at the same time, too, it's incredibly important just, the 3 inches in front of their nose, and that was the message today. Okay, we had a short skate. Let's go out here and let's be dominant today. Let's have the same habits that we had in the game last night. And he's really good at that with just focusing on, okay, what are we doing today and what are we doing this week? And again, I attribute that to his mental game, attribute that to the situations that he's been in, because it hasn't been, something maybe just handed to him. Like he's had a lot of different I'll say opportunities, but things thrown at him where he's had to find maybe a not so typical solution or whatnot. But I'm excited for him, and it's great. We talked about, hey, the clock starts over a little bit. We're okay, day 1, day 2. Okay, what do we do now to get to the National Hockey League? But on the whole, I don't expect his approach to change much at all. When he's really focusing on the moment.